Okay, since I can't game screen cap this thing, yeah. All right, so we're back with another episode of Dr. Dekker. I'm Nico, and we are on this incredible ride. And what we learned last time, other than the fact that Bryce probably needs to be arrested for human problems, well, not human problems, but for taking advantage of people, severely taking advantage of people, like sexual violation of people while they're in his time state, quote unquote. I'm making air quotes and you can't see it. Claire definitely killed her husband and probably killed her parents. Elin is just as nutty as a fruitcake as the rest of them are, because she says she can change her skin. Although I don't really think it's changing her skin. I think it's some sort of hypnosis thing she does. And she seems to be the only person that actually liked Dr. Dekker. Besides Mariana. And Mariana's just really fucking weird and probably a deep one. Jaya is also just as untrustworthy as the rest of them. But unlike them, I like her. Lacey was cool. She was new. And there was Jasmine, who was also cool, except when it comes to burning down art galleries. That's the thing you do when paintings talk to you. Right. So anyway, you guys didn't really need to see that intro thing, because I did the intro thing on the last episode. I just forgot that this is screen size capture, so like this is just my screen, my monitor capture, because this game for some reason does not let me do game captures. But then again, it doesn't like have full screen or anything like that, so I don't know what's up with that. But if you don't remember from last time, or if you're just tuning in for the first time, we found out some things about Dr. Dekker. Like, he was a victim of he was found in his office. He was in his chair and he was soaked in blood from Avi's chest wound. He's hit with a paper spike in the chest that hit him in the heart, and that's what killed him. And that everybody, and I mean absolutely everybody, is still a suspect, even though they're trying to make it seem like there are people that are getting, it's looking less and less like it's Nathan, Bryce, and Ellen, because Mariana, because Mariana manages to confirm where Ellen was, as well as Jaya confirms where she was. And several people confirm where Bryce helps confirm where Nathan was. Nathan admits he was there. There are a few other people that are just like, okay, you don't really have alibis. Including Jaya. Jaya does not have an alibi. She was at home, apparently. That doesn't necessarily mean she's innocent. And of course, we get Claire's report, which tells us what we already knew, that her husband David is dead. She killed him. Yet she keeps trying to tell us that he's not dead. He's not dead, Jim. That's what she keeps trying to tell us. So yeah, that is the information we got. So we might as well get into this. We can start with Professor Warwick. I feel like we should get the new guy out of the way. So let's just go ahead and start with Professor Warwick. Hello, Prof. Warwick.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
I'm sorry to tell you that Dekker is dead.
Is he really? Actually dead? Not a worthy adversary after all, then.
But we can already tell where that line of questioning is going, can't we? Okay, where's my... There we go. Worthy adversary.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
So you study quantum theory.
No,
Okay, I spelled that wrong. My bad, game. My bad. It's gonna make me do this. Well, shite. It's gonna fuck with my thing if I do that. Okay, well, see. Let's just watch it again real quick.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories.
Quantum theories.
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that.
I'm sure mine will too.
He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
Do tell. Tell me about the experiment. God damn my ability to spell. There's gonna be a lot of back checking just because I'm so horrible with spelling.
Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an...
Okay, so then tell me about the experiment.
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
I'm afraid I have not. I'm afraid I have not heard of quantum suicide. I think I have, I just can't quite remember what it is.
Maybe if you asked me that in a parallel universe, I actually...
No. What is quantum suicide?
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory.
Aha! I knew I'd heard this before.
I see that you don't understand.
No, I'm not.
Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate
universe, you would be alive.
Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
Okay, I totally missed the last part of that, but I do know what quantum suicide is now. This is not the first game to bring this to my attention. Funny enough, it is Alan Wake that brings it to my attention. Great game if you've never played it. I hope you own it because you can't buy it anymore because of copyright. Well, not copyright, but because of music licensing and shit. And that company is currently trying to work that stuff out. I really hope you snapped it up. I won't suggest other means to play it, but maybe they'll find a way to be able to bring it back to the people. Funny enough, own 2 copies now because I bought one off of GOG because it was on sale for like $1 something. And I was like, hey, I might as well get a DRM free copy as well as my Steam copy, which has been played and will be played again on this stream at some point. But yeah, there is a thing that is similar to Twilight Zone that deals with quantum suicide. And it's this professor, and he's going on and on about how he made this machine that lets him pick and choose the outcome of what's going to happen to him based on quantum physics and the many worlds theory, and the fact that if he wants to, he could just kill him in another place. And then him that's here in this world will continue living because that person has exchanged places with him, so to speak. It's really complicated, but it's a cool theory, and funny enough, something I actually know what it is before it gets into this, because I mean, how many of us have actually heard the word quantum suicide? Although I think it would make a fucking fantastic band name.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
What did you apply it to?
Gambling.
Oh.
I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table.
It's an interesting theory.
I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
Okay, I'm gonna let you stew on that parameter thing because I desperately need to clean my glasses because apparently I got grease on them. So when I clean them, they're fucking filthy now. So I'll be right back. There we go. That is tons better. I can actually read now. Okay, so let me listen to this again because I immediately forgot what he was talking about.
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large
Oh yeah, he changed
bet
the
at
parameter.
table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability, but then I changed a parameter.
Okay, so what parameter did you change?
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment.
Uh-huh.
So I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. For a while.
Okay. It didn't keep working. Okay, that's not the question I need to ask. We'll get a hint here. That's not what's on the path I'm on, but sure. Who do you work for? He is a professor.
The
Professor.
Ministry of Defense, of course. Guns aren't going to win the next war. Quantum physics is.
Okay, that's really fucking bizarre, bro. Well, I turned down the hint cooldown all the way down to the lowest setting, so it's like every 30 seconds now, which is good because I'm gonna get stuck as we keep going. I already know this. Why? Gambling.
Why not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet.
Damn.
I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
Fair enough. Tell me about Vanessa.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children, at least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. But part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be... It wasn't to be, though.
She leave? Why did she leave?
Perhaps ask me,
You don't want to tell me about why Vanessa left, huh? Okay, let's get a hint. Did it bother you that Vanessa didn't have children? Although I feel like two doctors talking to themselves would say conceive.
Well, yes, it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant.
Ooh!
It wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
Ooh, buddy, I am sorry about that one.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
What you mean it mean? Iman mean that it worked for a while.
Dr. Dekker killed it! And I
Of
can't get it.
Of course he did. How did Dekker kill it, that fuckwad?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
What the blue hell is the hangman's paradox?
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
I think Tuesday.
Well, it can't be Tuesday, because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then you know you'll be executed on Tuesday, so it won't be a surprise. Conversely, it can't be Monday either, because, well, you'll be expecting it to be Monday by deduction. Hence, a paradox. Dr. Dekker tricked me.
How did Dekker trick you?
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
Where were you on Valentine's Day?
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
You do know Dekker founded Mind Reach Out. Mind Stretch Outsource? Mind Stretch Outreach. Right.
It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though.
Day Tripper. I got an achievement. Okay. Quantum tunneling? Okay, I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're going to have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia. I'd love to tell you, but I am paying you by the hour.
Yeah, but you like me.
Maybe look up Schrodinger's cat whilst you're there.
I know that one, thank you. I actually knew the one you told me too, you ass. Anyway, let's get a hint. Why would Dekker hate you becoming rich and powerful?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
So I'm pretty sure he did prefer chaos. Okay, so let's go back to where were you on Valentine's Day, because it's really tempting to just ask for a hint right now because it's available, but I kind of want to figure this out myself.
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And
Go. What sort of bizarre? Probably spelled that all sorts of wrong. Let's look at that again, because I actually need to know how to spell bizarre. How bizarre! How bizarre!
Into that, I can't remember. But
what sort of bizarre outlooks?
You remind me of Dr. Dekker. He always used to ask me questions I didn't know the answer to.
Okay, I'll ask for a hint on this then. I get the feeling it's got something to do with the outlooks, I just don't know how to ask it. Well, that's not what I wanted you to ask me, game. Okay, so how well do you know Jaya.
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant.
I trust her as far as I
imagine
can
she's
throw
your
her.
lovely assistant now.
Yeah, she scares me.
Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. Smile.
Yeah, she has that effect on people.
Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
Yeah, we can talk about your problem all you want to, man. I thought that's what you were doing. So tell me about your problem.
I don't really know what.
Okay, fine. And okay, that's what I just asked him. Jesus, like the fact that it just really wants you to ask in a very particular way on like some of these is really annoying. So, what problem do you have?
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist.
Hmm.
I need more money.
And what do you want me to do about
Sure,
that?
I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
Huh? Tell me about the opportunity. God damn it. The opportunity. I think I spelled it right that time.
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want to talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
Can you give them a practical demonstration?
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive.
That
6
is
rounds of
not a
blood.
good idea, sir.
Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
No, you shouldn't. Take them up on the offer. You already doubt yourself.
No. No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Stop gambling.
I take your point. I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it?
No.
Well, my time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me. Infectious. Isn't it?
I like that guy. Oh, wow. So he's just done once I do that. Okay, well, I like this guy. I like the doctor. Doctor, whatever his name is pretty cool. He had a point. Warwick had a point. Now, Jaya, I believe I'll save you for Jaya. Jaya, I will keep you for the end of the session. And Bryce, I guess that means you're up to bat, buddy. Stop being fucking creepy. That's all I'm asking. Oh, God, you fucking waste of humanity. Hello, Bryce. I swear to God, if you rape someone...
I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong.
Very.
But you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like. Do you have an extra hour, Doctor?
No, Bryce. I do not have an extra hour. I would just sleep anyway.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me. I followed it too.
Where did the figure go?
I've nothing interesting to say.
Tell me about the hooded figure.
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you.
Me?
That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too.
No, I don't actually believe you.
Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
You need to talk to me about Dekker.
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered.
Oh.
I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
Why bring it up if you don't want to tell me about the basement? That's fucked up, man.
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
What? Wait, Dekker had a girl chained up? Hold on, I'm gonna type in a second. I'm moving around my room because I had to get a piece of paper. For other purposes, a paper towel, rather. It's a word I'm trying to say. Wait. He had a girl chained brain up.
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
No, you're still evil.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me. I followed it too.
You think... Hold on, there's some money. Okay, that's something I can check out. That's something I can have Jaya look into. Okay, Bryce, my man.
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
Alright, so tell me, why did you feel like you needed to spy on Dekker?
I didn't need an extra hour to realize Dr. Dekker was strange.
Strange how?
In simple terms, I've got nothing to say.
Don't be an asshole. How was Dekker strange?
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Okay. Why? How did you destroy evil? Did you kill him?
I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you. I know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead.
Well, you just said it.
But I did, and so should you. And Doctor, if I wanted to kill anyone, I'd do it in the midnight hour, wouldn't I? And when was Dekker murdered?
The potential rapist does have a point. Dekker died before midnight, which is one of the reasons I think he's ruled out, and he's very open with his dislike of the man. Oh, I don't know how I forgot about that part. Why? The military. Following you.
One question, one answer. That works best.
The military.
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
Sure, I can lie and tell you that.
I don't know.
Okay. Yes. Would do something for you if they got you.
Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please, don't look at it.
Are the pictures on the hard drive?
There's a hard drive with all the pictures I've ever taken on it. The one in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Don't let Jessica see it. Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also,
Why don't you tell Jessica you love her yourself?
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident that we talked about.
I was in that.
I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected. I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you. I know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead. But I did, and so should you.
Why should I want him dead?
Is that supposed to mean something?
But you just said you wanted Dekker dead on camera. Right, so anyway, hint. I tried to ask that. Fine. Where did you follow? Oh, I didn't ask it this way. Who did Dekker?
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like it's testing me.
Maybe it is testing you.
I think that I'm becoming a good person, Doctor. I'm ashamed of some of the things I've done, but I'm getting better. The hooded figure, it's testing my morals.
Believe you.
Judging me. For what? I don't know.
Do you Give in to temptations.
No.
A hint. Do you know about a paper spike?
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Did it pass through your hand?
In the last couple of sessions I had with him, he put the spike through his hand. He'd be grinning at me while he was doing it. No blood, no nothing. He tried to make me do the same, but I wouldn't.
I feel like you're a smart man for not doing that. Okay. Dekker was clearly, like, something happened to Dekker while he was talking to this people. And I don't know what it was. But he was definitely trying to make them self-destruct. And I mean all of them self-destruct. He was trying to bring out the worst qualities in every single one of them.
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence.
Did the girl talk to the police?
I don't know what you're getting at.
Okay. What happened at the window? That is pretty much what I was trying to ask. But
I looked in.
of course you did.
Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed. I went inside. Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
I wasn't gonna ask. You saved that woman.
No.
It. Were you around for David Castleford's funeral? I'd actually forgotten about that. I forgot he was a grave digger.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer.
Classic.
There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Okay. The casket. Casket was heavy. It's heavy. Heavy.
That means nothing to me. Yes, Vienna.
And in 15 seconds, but that's interesting. It's gonna want me to talk to other people and then come back to him. This is new. Usually it lets me go through a person and not have to come back and ask questions. Okay, so I really do need to go talk to other people, apparently.
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it, I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window.
Did you do anything about the brawl? Or the brawl?
I split the brawl up.
What about the open till?
I did nothing. I'm not stealing anymore.
Okay, well at least he's making efforts.
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement. Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
Hey Jacob. This is The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. Very long title, I know. But it's a murder mystery full movie video game. FMV, if you will. Although I'm pretty sure you know what an FMV is, maybe, young man. This is a weird one. I don't want to tell you too much because I'm still figuring stuff out too. Actually forgot what I was gonna ask him.
Is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
Okay, let's see if this gets anything. You've never connected.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females. But I'm still in awe of her, really. I will think about it, though.
Okay. I think this wants me to move to somebody else. Let me be sure, because the hint is the same. So I need to go talk to somebody else. How did you destroy evil? Chain the girl up, basement, blah 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 blah. So yeah, let's go talk to somebody else. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll talk to Claire. I'm gonna regret talking to Claire, but I'll talk to Claire about her dead husband. She doesn't want to admit it's dead. Hello, Claire.
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about. She was playing outside.
Did you talk to her again? To the girl again?
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
What about her made you uneasy?
Try asking me something I might know.
I hate you so much, Claire. Is David better?
I don't know.
I know David is dead, Claire.
Sorry. I don't know.
Stop lying to me! I know your husband's dead. I got proof. I got proof right here. I saw the arrest warrant. You killed your husband with a steak knife. It's right there in black and white. Stop lying to me. Okay, let's figure out what it is she wants. I hate doing Claire's section. She's never, ever straightforward with me.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
Okay. Well, what did she do with the fish?
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
Stop it. Stop it, you creepy woman. Stop it.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window.
You watched from the bedroom.
Oh, I found the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already.
You found it in a drawer?
You don't have to analyze everything I say, Doctor. Sometimes a hallway is just a hallway. And yes, before you ask, the same goes for the drawer.
No, I feel like I need to ask these things, Claire. Did you notice Dekker's paper spike?
It sounds to me as if Dr. Dekker's murder was a spur of the moment thing. If you were planning to kill someone, you'd bring a weapon with you, wouldn't you?
No,
I
not
imagine
necessarily.
that paper spike made a very good weapon, though. It could look quite menacing, glinting in the moonlight.
You are a serial killer. I feel like I just need to get this down for my own mind, mental state. Sound like you've thought of this before.
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
I just had to ask it to have it on my screen. Okay, let's get a hint real quick. So, saw your arrest report. Before I do that, let's see what this note is. Didn't Claire always have her sessions with Dr. Dekker in this? Oh, that's a good point. I'd forgotten about that.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
You do understand David is dead. Right? Hit the wrong button.
That's not relevant here.
It is relevant here. You killed your husband. Stop acting like he's not dead. That's some Norman Bates bull. Stop it, woman. Okay, anyway. Back to the hints. Claire, I thought your sessions were in the morning. Your sessions with Dekker were in the morning.
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
Yes, you do, Claire. Thought your sessions were in the morning.
Think, Doctor, think. You...
Don't you start with me. Why would you say moonlight?
So quick to jump to conclusion, Doctor. Obviously, I meant sunlight.
Yeah, just like you told me your husband was in the room with me and he's clearly dead. Yet you keep saying he's sitting on the porch at the lake house and he doesn't move and he doesn't talk to you like he used to talk and he doesn't work no more. You knew you killed him. It says so in the report. It's driving me crazy, Claire. Why are you doing this to me? Well, the report says you were arrested for murder.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused.
Very.
The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The
Uh-huh.
coroner says that David is dead.
Uh-huh.
Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral.
Uh-huh.
But I know
Uh.
he's alive.
Uh-huh. David is alive. Right.
I don't know, Doctor.
So you say David is alive.
You tell me. What could possibly explain that?
You are fucking nuts and a murderer. Mass murderer. You killed your parents too. I know you did. Well, Bryce. Can I even spell his name? Bryce said he's seen strange things in the graveyard.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult. Unless you pay the right people.
I hate this woman so much. She is a murderer. She stole her husband's body. It's that she just got it sitting in her house because she's crazy. Did you pay Bryce to steal David's body? I feel like that's what she just told me she did. Ah! You mean to fatally wound him?
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship.
I imagine so.
Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her.
So you should have let him go.
He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody.
Actually, you
I
do.
reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So, I fixed him.
Pardon? What do you mean you fixed him?
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible. But only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Okay, so Bryce said that the casket was heavier than it should have been. She's saying can't bring back somebody that's been buried. But clearly, they didn't actually bury David. What the fuck? So you didn't actually bury David.
I'm getting tired of all these questions. I'm getting tired of everything.
Getting tired of you black widow, you.
I'm getting tired of all these questions.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of jumping around. So we're gonna go back to Bryce. Bryce, Claire said she what? Says you've been smuggling bodies.
Nobody gave me the memo that Claire was telling everybody about our arrangement.
Oh.
Sometimes a few slip out the back for student use too. These things happen in all cemeteries. It's best not to broadcast it.
Oh, you skeezy fuck. Bryce. Oh, Bryce. Oh, Bryce. I'm becoming a better person, Doctor. I promise. The fuck you are. God, man. Would you please delete my hard drive? If something happens to me, I don't want the girl that I'm stalking next door to know that I took pictures of her naked. Thanks, Bryce. No, I'm not doing that for you. If you get found out, you get found out, man. But I have bigger problems than that, Bryce. I have bigger problems than that, Bryce. Do you mean aft port side?
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Do you drink, Bryce?
Don't know.
You do know, Bryce, but that is apparently not something I needed to ask you. Why do you say I have an interesting aura?
I don't often see auras, Doctor. But yours is unusual. Like, you're more than one person.
Well, technically I am.
Maybe I've had a few too many drams.
Drams? Wait, drams. Okay. Drams?
I don't know.
Alright, he's not gonna answer that. Hint. Alright, I'm sorry, I had to stop typing right there because something just dawned on me. Considering what Claire just told me, and if I take all of these nutters for what they're worth at face value as being correct about the fucked up things they can do, Claire could have possibly brought Dekker back from the dead. That still doesn't answer who killed him, but it is a possibility that Dekker might not actually be dead. Interesting. Has risen from the dead.
Sometimes a grave I've dug becomes undug. People blame it on grave robbers. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe the grave was undug from the inside out, not the outside in.
Maybe you're talking crazy.
Only a gravedigger would know.
No, actually anybody with 2 cents would know. Alright, so that's Claire's questions. Also, again, taking these people at face value, Claire said that she fixed David, which would mean there is a motherfucking zombie walking around the lake house. Just let that sink in, people. She made a zombie. She's like, yeah, it's not like voodoo, but fuck that shit. She made a zombie. She made a zombie! Just keep that in mind. Claire made a zombie because she wasn't creepy enough on her own. I think she's just nuts. I think they're all nuts. I don't think any of them can actually do any of the stuff they're saying they do. Only person that has come close to proving to me they can do what they said they can do is Nathan. And Nathan is unstable as all fucking get out. This is really good. Like, I really appreciate the depth of story they have given me here.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well,
Okay, so health and safety. Safety. Jesus fingers. Greg. Regulations.
no.
Okay. Classic. Okay. Trained. Oh, bearer. God damn it. Still not helping me because there's something he can tell me that he's not going to tell me right now. This thing will not give me the hint that I need. I swear there was something. Oh, there was.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it.
Considerations. Health. Safety. Considerations.
In simple terms,
Fuck you. So tell me about about your job, you liar.
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today. It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot.
Did you get shots?
I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, can you guess what I saw?
A bloody worm.
I didn't get much sleep.
That was not a hard question. You're just being an asshole. You saw the worm.
My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
You think it was magic?
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor? That magic is real?
No, I don't think magic is real.
Then so it isn't. I envy you, Doctor. I wish I could be so sure.
Why was there no evidence?
No, I didn't feel lustful, Doctor. I was
What?
angry.
What?
If I had taken pictures, there would at least been some evidence. A sicker man would have taken pictures and saved the day.
No, instead you're just a lecherous fuck that decided to not take pictures of a possible crime because you're a lecherous fuck. I'm gonna talk to Warwick again. I like him.
I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you. I know you record these sessions.
Dekker was a truly evil man. God, my fingers keep catching stuff. I'm pretty sure I've asked him this question before. Have you ever killed someone midnight hour?
No, I've never killed anyone. But then, even if I had, I'm not likely to tell you about it, am I, Doctor?
No, I suppose you wouldn't tell me. But if you want me to tell Jessica what you want me to tell Jessica, then I guess you should tell me. Pretty sure I can get this guy to green. I mean, at least close to green. Okay, who was in the basement? I should talk to more patients. Right. This is gonna be a lot of back and forth in this chapter, I can already tell. As I can go back to Claire. Who else talked to? Talk to Nathan.
The burned Hannah's rocking chair.
Mm-hmm.
The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burned most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin. I gave in.
Attacking a Salvation Army bin?
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
Why not go to the Salvation Army? Ask for it back. Why not ask for it back?
No, I don't.
Okay. What else do you want to tell me about? Not about Dekker.
That's a complicated question, Doctor. Could you break it down for me?
Would you like to tell me something about Dekker?
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
It's true. He has a point. Did you see Dekker's paper spike?
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
Yeah, I feel real bad for this kid, man. He's just fucked up over his dead girlfriend. And it's not really his fault that he screwed up over his dead girlfriend, because, you know, his girlfriend died. You're gonna feel bad about something like that. And then he comes to this place thinking he's gonna get help, and then Dekker starts fucking with his head. Because from what I can gather, every single one of them that says they have a talent, quote unquote, all got that talent after Dekker started messing with them. Or at least a few of them seem that way. Because, like, he didn't get his extra hour until he talked to Dekker. No, not him. Bryce didn't get his extra hour until he talked to Dekker. Apparently, like, Claire's fucking homicidal, but she didn't think she could bring her dead husband back until she talked to Dekker. Mariana, I'm not quite sure when she started having these blackouts. I'm not quite sure when a few of these people started having blackouts. I mean, things that happen. Oh, excuse me. Things that are happening and then them happen to them.
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things stick to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
Why did you give up?
Sorry, drawing a blank.
Okay. Why did you... Something about the diary, but I don't know what to ask. Okay. Problems did Dekker give you?
I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me. I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good.
It's not what I wanted to do. Started
I've
out
told
good
you
at the beginning.
all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end.
How was he crazy?
You've asked me that already. No. Wait, maybe that was yesterday. I don't know, anyway.
I don't want to just keep hitting hints, but, you know, I want to know what's happening, and I'm starting to run low on time. Do you want to talk about Hannah? That's something I should have
Can we
thought
maybe
of.
not talk about Hannah anymore? And thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
Oh? Did you find a date?
That's not really relevant.
You found a date?
I've got nothing to tell.
Okay. You took my advice.
I signed up for a dating website. It's a bit easy, to be honest. If I message something they don't like, I change it when the day replays. It's not very honest.
No, it's not. That's not a good idea. You change the things they don't like.
I don't know anything about them.
Weird. Did you read Anna's diary? Dairy? I think I spelled that right.
That doesn't...
No, I spelled dairy. Okay. Did you read Hannah's diary?
I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me.
Aww.
That she was going to break off the engagement.
Aw, poor guy.
That she didn't love me anymore. I regretted it.
She didn't love you anymore.
No.
Interesting. I just asked that. Do you think Dekker was crazy?
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
Who do you think he cursed?
Ah, the curse. Well remembered. I was hoping you'd forget.
No, I won't.
It's gonna sound crazy.
No, it won't.
Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again.
I don't think he meant
Until
it
I
like
made
that.
something of it. I believed him.
So, that is why you... I don't want to ask this question. That is the grand question of all.
Curse. Or remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's gonna sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
Why not come to terms with your grief?
Like I said, it takes something like a tragic event to move my day forward. I do more and more bizarre things to try and get things moving. It's a curse, like I said.
What are things do you do?
I intentionally cut myself,
Whoa.
publicly humiliate myself, I steal things, I hurt people around me, just enough to get another day to start. I ran out of people around me pretty quickly.
Yeah, I imagine so. Cut yourself.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
That's troubling. What did you regret?
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
He don't mean that. He doesn't mean that. I think he's just sad. Like, he's dealing with some pretty severe depression. That's very obvious. Honesty. Something important to you.
If I'm being honest, I'd probably rather ask out one of the patients I've seen here. The friendly redhead with the accent.
Really? You want to ask Maddie? Anna out?
I'm not trying to hide anything.
You mean Anna?
No, I don't know.
You do know about that. Okay, so he wants to ask Mariana out. Nice. Why did you believe Dekker so easy? That's a good question. Why did any of them believe
I didn't
him?
want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
What kind of demonstration?
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere.
I didn't see that.
And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
I didn't see that. Did you just have a flame in your hand?
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done.
Ah,
I was scared.
I am too.
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
Why were you scared?
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again. But I couldn't talk to him about it. Because he'd know.
Weird. This is curious. This is very curious. Because this is something that I'm not quite understanding. It's like, right now, Bryce is seeming the most sympathetic person that I've talked to.
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere.
Okay, that's
and he
fucked
tried
up.
to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
Nathan, I just saw the flame. The fuck, yo? That's weird. His real video, like the first video, like if you watch this back when I'm done playing, you can see that Nathan had a flame in his hand. But if I look at it through the sepia, he doesn't have the flame. Maybe it's because it's the same color, but I don't think so. I think this is something, like, maybe I've gotten a little deep in these people's lives and I shouldn't have. We'll find out. And do you think Dekker wanted you to forget?
I can answer that. Both of those things, actually. Which one do you want first?
Why did Dekker want you to want you to forget?
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist.
He called you.
That's not really relevant.
It is relevant. What do you mean basic? Therapist. How about this? A question that is something I actually wanted to know the answer to.
He told me lots of people get depression.
They do.
To become more active, see more people.
Doesn't really work.
And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Told you to talk to Jaya.
Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
This bothers me. But this bothers me greatly. Jay is holding out on me. About what, I don't know yet. She didn't say that any of these patients had talked to her, which, again, just going out on a limb and saying that what Nathan's been telling me is true, it would make sense she doesn't remember. But I remember everything Nathan said to me so far. That said, I don't know how much of this I have not seen. Like, just the character in the game. I don't know how much time goes between these sessions. So, Nathan could talk to this character I'm playing numerous times and I not know about it because I don't know what day it is. Interesting concept. They're doing a pretty damn good job of making this very bizarre. So let's go back to Claire. See how much more of her we can get done before I have to move on. This. I will ask her about it when I get to it. Anyway, I was on Claire. Okay, so let's get a hint on what I was talking to Claire about. How could... This system would be perfect if it weren't for this little flaw, that when it comes to asking questions, it doesn't take into account the things that you've asked. I don't need to know why there would be a funeral if David isn't dead, because David was dead and she brought him back from the dead. She just told me. But this is a lead-up question that apparently, like, it's just in the database, and to get a green on her, I'm gonna have to ask it.
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face.
Yeah, I know, it was
You
Bryce.
should ask him.
Did ask Bryce. Anyway, I did talk to Bryce. Really, which patient was a pallbearer?
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a gravedigger, I believe.
I feel like that's a question that you should not even be in a position where you need to ask it, because it is irrelevant for the most part to what you need to know. Because if you are by any chance paying a fraction of attention to this game, you know that Bryce did that. Because Bryce tells you the very first time you meet him that he's a pallbearer. He's quite proud of his job, so he has no problem going on and on about being a pallbearer to you. I mean, not a pallbearer, a gravedigger. So who else would it be? That's just even if I have not covered that part in this game, which I have. So yeah, little things, little things. Are you saying resurrected David?
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
Why do you say are like a necromancer?
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life.
Good
As you'd
movie.
expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him.
Should have left him dead.
But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
Hold
David
on.
was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life, as you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
Are you saying David can't talk?
He made sounds. I could understand him a bit. I thought he'd improve with time, like a child learning to talk, but he didn't. It's only recently that I've come to that conclusion that he's not going to get better. He's not going to be right again. I think it's his brain. At least he is safe where he is.
So you're telling me he wasn't fresh enough?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
That one was for my pure entertainment. If you've ever read the Reanimator, the Herbert West Reanimator, that's what I was looking for. It's a H.P. Lovecraft story. If you've seen the movie, then you know what I mean too. But particularly the story, I think the story is superior to the movie. Well, actually, I think they're on par with each other. I think the movie did a really good job of bringing out the story. But yeah, it's a 6-parter that H.P. Lovecraft wrote, and that is his punchline to his endeavors to bring people back from the dead. When it goes wrong, they clearly weren't fresh enough. Because the fresher the body, the easier it is to reanimate. However, that also brings into conflict with the reader. Are they even dead if they're fresh enough to be brought back from the dead to still have their brain function? Therein lies a question. Another question I should ask. Would you happen to know a Dr. Herbert West? I think you two would get along swimmingly.
I don't know anything about that.
Doesn't matter if she knows anything about that. That is in my question log, and that is all that matters to me as the player. Anyway, moving along, I don't have a ton of time left. I'm gonna try to get Claire to the orange. This is where it slows down a bit.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
Choices. Okay, let's get a hint.
That's not relevant.
Yeah, I typed wrong. She just told me the fucking... What were the results of the resurrection?
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead.
No shit.
Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
What is that problem?
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
How the fuck would I help you?
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder.
Oh, I
My
can
sentence.
go a long
Because
way
I'm
to
not
declaring you
innocent.
insane. Oh, yes, you are.
But I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
But you did kill him. Claire, you did kill David.
Sorry. I don't know.
Yes, Claire, I think you are a killer.
At worst, it's manslaughter. I didn't mean to kill him. I just stabbed him a bit. And although he was dead for a week, I brought him back to life.
He was still dead, woman!
Does this mean you won't help me? Was I temporarily insane?
You are completely insane.
Think, Doctor, think. You...
Jesus Christ! You're not temporarily insane, you are insane, Claire. You think that just because you managed to bring your dead husband, which you killed, and admitted to killing, and people saw you with the knife, it is in your house with his body, which was pronounced dead on the scene, so everybody knows that he's dead. Everybody knows that this man is dead. You think that can make... I feel like you should be committed permanently. You are a murderer. But I suppose you definitely are insane, and the temporary insanity is the only thing I can say you are. then yes, you're crazy. In fact, I don't know, like, it worries
At
me.
worst, it's manslaughter. I didn't mean to kill him. I just stabbed him a bit.
You stabbed him more
And
than a
although
bit.
he was dead for a week, I brought him back to life. Does this mean you won't help me? Was I temporarily insane?
Oh, you were temporarily. Rarely. I can't spell. This is
At worst,
problematic.
it's manslaughter. I didn't mean to kill him. I just stabbed him a bit. And although he was dead for a week, I brought him back to life. Does this mean you won't help me? Was I temporarily insane?
Okay, there I see. Yes, you are insane.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all I needed to hear. From you or Dr. Dekker. But Dr. Dekker wouldn't do that for me. He wanted something else.
What? I don't know if I want to ask this. What did Dekker want?
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my electability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl.
What girl?
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know any.
He mentioned a girl.
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house. Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, for fuck's
So
sakes.
I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
What happened to Iris?
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
Bryce freed Iris. I don't know what that's gonna do for me. I know it's Iris now. Let's get one more question out before I have to quit, because I do need to get ready for raid. I got about an hour before raid time. What made Dekker change his mind about her story?
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like.
No, I think I'll pass on that.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
No, I would not.
I don't know, Doctor.
Fine, yes, I would like to see David. If I'm gonna go whole hog, I might as well.
Very well. In our next session.
Jesus, I'm gonna regret that shit. I'm gonna fucking regret that shit. Oh no, that's... My only hope is that Elaine and Mariana are normal. God. At least I know I can skip around. That's neat. Oh, God. I'm gonna at least start in on Mariana, and then I really do need to stop. Actually, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm so indecisive. Hello, Mariana.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
I do too. Called having to pay bills. Why are you blue on rent day?
I don't understand. Say
Why do you feel blue?
I pay my rent to a landlady. I don't own my own place. I'm just passing through.
Passing through.
I never stay in one town very long. I get bored too easily. Once you've seen the same faces over and over again, you move. Like I said before, I like to move around a lot.
Why do you get bored?
I don't know anything.
Okay. So you mentioned seeing something beautiful.
You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light. Deep in the ocean somewhere.
Deep one!
I head towards it because it's warm and glowing like a beacon. And when I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing. Like a welcoming sun. Like I'm home.
Fucking deep one! She's a deep one!
And
See?
then I wake up.
Is a deep one. She is straight up a deep one.
You'll have.
I'm not really sure like how to ask what I want to ask. Like I feel like I'm using way too many hints this session, but I don't even care. I just want to know what's happening. What do you mean what's rent? What on God's green earth? Short of still be no, even a high school student knows what rent is. Anybody who has been in the world for any amount of time that understands the concept of living somewhere and money knows what rent day is. That is the day you pay rent if you live in an apartment. If you do not own where you live, it is the day that you give over your hard-earned money to the person that actually owns the shit you sleep on. Well, not the stuff you sleep on, but the stuff that you sleep on where it is housed. And in some cases, the stuff that you sleep on, because some places are furnished. Anyway, that's a rant that did not need to happen, but that question annoys me. What's rent day?
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
I know, Mariana, but it made me ask that. It made me ask that, Mariana. Hint. Yeah, I should have thought of that. You had any more blackouts?
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today. Do you want to come with me to the beach?
Want to go to beach.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine.
Yes, I want to go with you.
I don't know.
You do know, you're just being a bitch about this. Have you seen Dekker's paper spike?
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
I got something from it. Used it for checks. God damn it. Fucking British spellings. That is not how you spell checks! What's about your checks. Checks. Ugh.
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
I don't know about that fine bullshit. But I should probably go. Fuck it. Let's ask a couple more questions. I just really want to know where this is going.
I don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine.
Dekker was okay with bounced checks.
That's way too many.
Dekker was okay with bounced.
Can you repeat that?
You're American too, woman. That's why they think you have an accent. I just realized, it just dawned on me. That's why they think she has an accent. Do you have money issues? I do.
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
No, it's not. Men buy drinks.
It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
But you said you don't drink, Mariana.
I really do.
You're fucking lying to me about something.
It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
You are a good-natured girl.
Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
Why are you flirting with me? Stop flirting with me.
I don't know about that.
Jesus. Okay,
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants.
sometimes you get away without paying. Rest. God damn it. I was gonna do that just because I can't spell. Ah!
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
No, that is not how it is for most people.
Try again?
Oh, I hate you so much, Mariana. I really wanted to type that, but I cannot spell restaurants, apparently. Why do you go to bars? Bards? Why do you go to bards? Because they sing awesome songs, but anyway. And restaurants. God, I can't spell.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
You don't like to... Wait, I don't think I know what to ask right there. Let's see.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
Hey, you don't like crowds, but you go to restaurants.
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
Thank you for becoming creepy too. So you so you slink around, huh?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club,
You're that girl.
and then he just follows me. Wherever I go.
Fucking deep one.
It's creepy.
You're creepy!
I don't want everyone seeing that.
Then why do you do it? Guys just follow you.
They follow me. Wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
Fuck if I know, you told me. What happens after they follow you?
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
I want to ask her more questions, but I really am out of time. Because that just got interesting and Mariana just got super fucking creepy. More so than she already was. Everybody's creepy. On different levels. Nathan, I have sympathy for because he's just in a severely depressed state. And Dr. Dekker made it so much worse than what it was. I don't trust Jaya. I think Jaya's trying to sacrifice me to some old god. Bryce is just fucking trying to save his soul, I guess, because he's done some pretty terrible things, I can already tell. And Claire is a murderer. She killed her parents and she killed her husband, and she thinks she brought her husband back from the dead. Maybe she did bring him back from the dead. Maybe I should have said no, I don't want to see because I don't believe her. But I'm a little curious what happens if I go down that rabbit hole. And I'm not sure I want to know what Aline is up to. Aline, however you say her name. So I got 2 more people to do the red on, but I may just go back and do the green. But I think I'm going to get them all out the yellow. I mean the orange. And then I'll go do the greens. Because it's going to take some doing. And yeah, let's see the damage I did. Because I did ask for a lot of hints this time. I'm still doing pretty decent on hints. I'm not feeling bad about that. I've had over 1,000 searches and only 220 hints. So feel decent about that. Most of the stuff leads up. But like I said, it's just every now and then you get to a point where it just does not want to answer what you're trying to ask. And wow, that was a lot of progress. I didn't realize I did 54. When I started this session, it was a 38%. 54% is a good jump from 38%. Anyway, I am going to take a little break. Actually, I'm not even going to take much of a break because I just mute my mic. I'm going to switch my stream over to raid settings. And then I'll be back. So until then, if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe if you like what you saw. If you're on Twitch, follow me. It'd be much appreciated. All followers count. I do chat. If people chat to me in chat, I do chat. So yeah. Remember to save often, you live longer. Peace.